Hello friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be preserving carrots. Now, there are many different ways you can preserve carrots, and I have done a lot of them. If you are wanting a canned recipe, I will leave them linked in the cards above. I have one that's just regular canned carrots. I'm pretty sure I have a raw pack and a hot pack method, and then I also have at least one flavored. Savory, not the sweet. I actually wanted to do the sweet this year. I think it's like a brown sugar cinnamon carrot, but it called for orange juice. I bought the orange juice, and because I never buy orange juice, my husband saw it and was like, ah! And drank it. And I don't want to buy more. So I'm not doing that this year. So this year, what I did can some. I did a full load in my All-American, and the rest of it, I'm dehydrating. It's super easy. They aren't blanched, nothing. There is nothing to them, and they're so easy to use. With them being so small, being shredded, they're perfect. So I hope you stick around for this method, and like I said, if you want a canned version, I have some of those videos as well. So this could not be more simple. Get yourself your workhorse dehydrator, and then I have my carrots that one night I just spent an hour peeling, washing, and shredding. I used my food processor, but of course I've also done it by hand before. It obviously is a lot harder if you do it by hand, but I've done it. I have done it. But I used my food processor this time, and it was a large grate because that's all it does. And these have just been sitting in gallon bags in my fridge waiting for their turn to go on the dehydrator, because my dehydrator only has 4 trays. I lost my other one earlier this year, so I only have 4 trays right now. So it takes a while. So the way I've been doing it, because I don't have exact times, because depending on how they're shredded or sliced, and so those obviously take longer than shreds. And if you do a smaller shred, they're going to take even less time. But the rhythm I've had is in the morning, I'll throw a batch on. And then by the time I go to bed, they're usually done. So then I unplug it and I let them sit and cool down overnight. And then in the morning, I throw the dry batch in my jar that I'm storing them in and put a new batch on. So we've been doing that for a few days now. And we are so close to being done. I have what's left in this gallon bag and 1 more gallon bag. And then no more carrots for a year. Okay. So I'm also, I don't know if you saw, I'm using these trays. They're for fruit leather. They're perfect for anything that's going to dehydrate to really small, which you'll see in a minute when this is done. It gets really small, and it just makes it so easy. But also, I've piled it. So I've piled it enough to where I got a good amount on there, but I'll still be able to set the tray down without there being a gap from it being too high. So don't be afraid to just pile it on. Like, you can even add a little more over here, because once it dehydrates, it's going to look like you put nothing on this tray. Keep on doing it. So these carrots, these came from Azure, and they are wonderful. It is wonderful quality carrots. They were the number 2, so there's 2 different types of carrots on their site. There is the number 1, which are all uniform, is what it was saying, that they're uniform, organic, great looking carrots. They're more expensive. The number 2, which is what I got, are the ones that, you know, some of them have like 2 legs where they're saying, hey, coming out. And some of them have, you know, bumps, or they're fat and short, or, you know, long and squiggly. Like, they're just the funky looking carrots. But for $26, I got 25 pounds of organic carrots. So I'm not upset. Out of 25 pounds, I only had 1 carrot that I had to cut part of it off. because it wasn't rotten. It just, something had eaten it. That's it. That's it. So, this particular dehydrator will do different settings. So, the dehydrator that quit working, all you did was plug it in and it started. And the temperature was 165, which is too high. But it's what it did. This one has different settings, and then it tells you down here the temperature guide. So for fruits and vegetables, it's 135 degrees. So it's already set on that because, like I said, I'm doing carrots for days. Before that, I was doing other vegetables. So it'll go at 135 degrees until they're crisp. Like, you do not want any moisture left in these bad boys. So I have the already dehydrated carrots that I have been working on, like I told you. And this is in the conditioning stage. So as stuff is coming off the dehydrator after it cools, I'm sticking it in the jar, sticking the lid on, and it's just chilling, waiting for the rest of them to get done. And then once they're all done, I'll let it sit on my counter for probably an additional week, which, you know, everyone loves. And then just do this every day to make sure none of the carrots are sticking to the bottom or the sides, because that is a sign that there is still moisture, and then that'll cause mold, and then you'll lose all the product that you've been working on. So this, and there's a scallion in there. This is what the dehydrated carrots look like. And like I told you and showed you, I do shreds because I just find I love these the best. And you can fit a whole lot in a gallon jar because I had a lot of carrots that I was needing to get through. So that's what they look like. And then when they rehydrate, they'll have a tiny bit of bite like you've used a fresh carrot, and it's just marvelous. These go in soups, they go in stews, they go in muffins, like you name it, casseroles. You can use these with anything, and you don't have to do anything. So since they're so tiny, they'll rehydrate perfectly just with whatever liquid you already have in your dish. It makes life easier, and I like them. So there it is, and we still have more in the fridge that we need to get to. So I will leave you with that. That is how easy it is to preserve carrots other than canning, and it lets you keep the bite of a fresh carrot. Of course, you have the flavor of the fresh carrot, and it is very minimal effort. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.